Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. Good morning. Grand rising. Another beautiful day to get money in the stock market. Yes, we are here. Today is December 8th, 2025. Let's get this money, y'all. Let's start out with the mantras. Peace, blessings, financial freedom. The more you learn, the more you earn. Thereby, the more you earn, the more you learn. One of the greatest cycles you will ever choose to implement into your life. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be rich. I deserve to be wealthy. I deserve to be free. Amen. Ashe. I am a certified Wall Street trapper. I am confident in my abilities to make great investments. The stock market is a machine that prints money, and I am more than capable of operating this machine. All right, let's get started, y'all. So when it comes to my show, we cover SPY, QQQ, and the $1 trillion companies, including the Mag 7, primarily the Mag 7. Okay, so let's start it out with NVDA. Right now, in the pre-market is 182.39. Pre-market low, 181.86. Pre-market high, 183.13. It's pretty much consolidating during the pre-market. And then we have Apple. Current pre-market price is $278.10 with a pre-market low of $277.90 with a pre-market high of $278.73. Google. Current pre-market price is $320.81, pre-market low of $318.70 with a pre-market high of $324. Yeah, so far everything is just consolidating as far as the pre-market, not too much volume. Okay, so we have Microsoft, 483.42. No, excuse me. Microsoft current price, 383 with a pre-market low of 482.51 and a pre-market high of 484.17. Yeah, get it together, man. It's because the candle just broke the pre-market low, actually, on Microsoft. So, kind of threw me off. But we back. All right, let's go. Amazon, current price, $329.95 in the pre-market with a pre-market low of $329.65. Pre-market high of 231. Tesla pre-market level is 448. You gotta calm down, bro. You two Jews. Calm down. Just say the prices. Just chill, bro. I'm two Jews right now. I don't know why. It's so early. Anyway, Tesla current price $448.50 with a pre-market low of $447.50 and a pre-market high of $452. Meta current pre-market price is $670. A pre-market low of $669.70 and a pre-market high of $673.47. The VIX did gap up since Friday. It gapped up over the weekend, and now the VIX is back over 16. It's currently at 1628. SPY is currently at 686 with a pre-market low 686.10, pre-market high 687.32. QQQ 627.15 currently. The pre-market low is 626.51 and the pre-market high is 628.20. Newly added to our list, is AVGO with a pre-market high, which is also their all-time high, but we don't count it if it's in a pre-market. It is 406.13 with a pre-market low of 394.10. Current price 403. I think on last Friday's show we actually gave, or Thursday's show, we actually gave a buy on Broadcom, and yes, it's running in the pre-market. So if you got in on that, salute, you made some bread. Taiwan Semiconductor, pre-market low of 297.54 with a pre-market high of 398. Current pre-market price is 299.94. And our last one on the list is Berkshire B. You know, this is Warren Buffett's company. This is the one that's actually affordable to the average investor. $504 was the close on Friday. Currently, the pre-market price is 502.11 with a pre-market low of 510 cents with a pre-market high of 504.99. Okay, we got about 2 minutes, so let's get into some news. Our first piece of news is from Jensen when he was on the Rogan show.
The technology divide has a real chance finally that you don't have to speak Python or C++ or Fortran. You can just speak human in whatever form of human you like. And so I think that has a real chance of closing the technology divide.
Okay, so what he's saying is you don't have to be no brilliant technology person to be able to make money with AI and to be able to use AI. So all you have to do is talk to AI in regular human language, no matter what language that it is, and it will be able to help you. So I think that's very beneficial to somebody who's willing to actually use the technology and help themselves. Next was the CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, because previously he had talked shit about crypto, and now he's pro-crypto. But before we check that out, it is market open. The market is open, 6:30 a.m., December 8th, 2025. Market is open. So right here, I'm using the TradingView platform, and right here I have 8 different charts on here. I got them on a 10-minute, and as you can see, I got SPY, and then QQQ, and then NVDA. NVIDIA has a nice green candle here for the open. Microsoft, also a very bullish candle. I have Apple here. I have Amazon. I have Google. And I have the VIX. I also have some notifications popping up. So when you use the TradingView platform, you can set alerts, which is very beneficial. You can set alerts when, just say you want to buy a stock, but you don't know what price you want to buy it. Well, first, you got to figure out what's the best stock you want to buy. So you got to think about what's the easiest way to find out what are the best stocks on the market. You can check out the SPY. SPY is the S&P 500 ETF and index. Well, it's an ETF, and the index is SPX, but it has the same companies. So the number one company in SPY is going to be the most valuable company in the world. And then the number 2 company in SPY is going to be the second most valuable company in the world. So if you just want to go by what are the most valuable companies, just like if you were to compare this to sports, who is the most valuable player in the league right now? And you can bet, you can put your money on that player, basically. So that's one way to choose what stock to invest in. And then, so currently that stock would be NVIDIA. And all right, so let's go to the singular market cap. List. I had that page saved. I don't know where that page is. Oh yeah, here it is. Company's market cap. Oh, look at NVIDIA moving, boy. NVIDIA to the upside. So NVIDIA opened today at 182 and it's currently at 185. It's a very nice bullish open for NVIDIA. So the NVIDIA's current market cap is 4.5 trillion. Coming in second is Apple, 4.1 trillion. Those are the only two companies that are over $4 trillion market cap. Then we have Google at 3.8 trillion, Microsoft at 3.6 trillion, and then the rest are under 3 trillion, which is going to be Amazon at 2.4 trillion, AVGO at 1.9 trillion, Meta at 1.6 trillion, Taiwan Semi at 1.5 trillion, and Tesla at 1.4 trillion, and Berkshire at 1 trillion. Okay, let's check out Apple. So NVIDIA current price 184.88. Apple's current price 287.97. Google 318.30. Microsoft 486.92. Amazon 229.72. Tesla 445.94. Meta looking very bullish right now. 673.31. The VIX is at 1644. SPY 686.11. QQQ 627.95. AVGO 402. TSM 299. Wow, look at this red candle that they started the day with. That's a big red candle. That's a monster red candle right there. And then Berkshire B, 494. Okay, let's get back to the news. We had the CEO of BlackRock saying that he was wrong about crypto. Here it is.
Called crypto an index for money laundering. BlackRock and thieves. Yes. Money laundering and thieves. You now have the biggest Bitcoin ETF. So what happened here?
I have very strong views, but that doesn't mean I'm not wrong. But by having strong views, you have to test yourself and ask yourself. And in my role, I see thousands of clients a year. I have governmental leaders, and we have these conversations, and my thought process always evolves. This is a very glaring public example of a big shift in my opinion.
So he used to talk so bad about crypto, and now he's like, well, now that somebody gave me some new knowledge, I have changed my viewpoint on crypto. And now they have the biggest Bitcoin ETF, which I'm invested in. It's called IBIT. So let's run it up, Larry. But he could have been came out and said that shit. He was talking bad. A lot of people was talking bad on crypto when they was buying it up. And now that they done bought it up, now they done changed their tune. But that's part of the market game where they be pumping a lot of fear into the market to get you to sell, get the price to go down so they can buy it for a cheaper price before it runs back up. Because it's all cycles, man. All right, another piece of news that I had was from Walter Bloomberg on Twitter, now called X. It was from Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio says The biggest AI winners will be users, not mega caps. Ray Dalio says he would invest in companies using AI to boost efficiency rather than expensive hyperscalers. He warns that market concentration and high valuation pose risks, making diversification essential. Dalio says he'd stay underweight debt, hold gold and other alternative money, and invest in electricity infrastructure. He also favors countries with strong education, capital markets, and rule of law, highlighting India as an example. That's interesting. Let us see your portfolio, Ray. You talking about the biggest AI winners not going to be the hyperscalers? Let us see your portfolio. Let us see how many hyperscalers you got. Because I don't really believe that. Alright, next piece of news is from Wedbush's Dan Ives. Wedbush raised the price target on Apple to $350 a share from $320 a share, maintaining its outperform rating. Apple also remains in Dan Ives' ETF, which is called Ives AI 30, winner list. We are raising our price target from $320 to $350, given our view that 2026 is going to finally be the year that Apple actually enters the AI revolution. We also believe iPhone 17 sales have been trending well into year end, including in the China region, as Apple continues to execute above street growth expectations for December quarter with a healthy holiday season ahead. The analyst added that Apple has finally started to turn the corner on outlining a comprehensive AI strategy over the coming year, and it starts with new leadership on this key area for the company. The analyst noted that the big moment of truth is when Apple formally announced a partnership with Google. Google Gemini is the AI front in early 2026, which they expect to be a game changer for both companies going forward. That's what's up right there. I'm invested in Apple, I'm invested in Google. So I love the partnership between two companies that I'm invested in, so they can both run a bag up. Alright, back to the charts. Where we at? NVDA. Actually, let's check out the heat map. Alright, NVIDIA is up 1.32% at 185.15. Apple down 0.33% at 277.91. Google down almost 1% at 318.76. Microsoft up a little over 1% at 489.25. Amazon up almost 0.5% at $230.64. Tesla down over 2% at $445. Meta down a little bit, almost 0.5% at 670. The VIX is at 1645. SPY is almost at break even at 685.98. QQQ is up a little bit, 627.47. AVGO is running. AVGO is up $12. That's over 3%. It's at 402.31. TSM is running, not as much, but it's running very nicely. Almost 2% on the day so far. It's at $300.40. And Berkshire is down 1% to $449. Alright, let's check out the Fear and Greed Index. The Fear and Greed Index is now sitting at what? 35. So it's in the middle of fear right now. Remember last week and the week before, we were at extreme fear and then we were slowly making our way into fear. So it's now 35. So a lot of fear has left the market. So that's good. So that means prices can run again. All right, let's check out Forex Factory. This is where we find our announcements. Looks like we don't have any announcements for the United States. Only these other currencies and countries. So we're not going to worry about that today. Let's check out some of our other companies. Bitcoin is at 91,250. iBit is at $51.77. Ethereum, 3,150. BMNR, $35.20. Palantir, 182.33. Hood, 133. And Grab, 523. What other news do we have? Oh yeah, so this is from CNBC on Twitter. Rising stocks and IPOs help create 283 new billionaires this year, pushing the global total to 2,919 individuals with 15.8 trillion in combined wealth, a 13% rise driven by stock market gains and IPOs. The U.S. accounted for 92 new self-made billionaires worth $180 billion, including biotech innovator Ben Lamb and energy executives Bob Pender and Mike Sable, highlighting growth in sectors like genetics and natural gas. This influx ranks as the second largest annual increase since 2021's 360 new billionaires, including 91 global inheritances, adding nearly 300 billion, reflecting economic resilience amid debates on wealth distributions. What else we got? This is from 19 Keys on Twitter. This is from High Level Concentration News. Human cognition is decelerating. Scientific evidence confirms a global decline in reasoning and attention spans. As AI accelerates, human mental endurance weakens. Cognitive discipline is a new survival skill. Shout out to 19 Keys, man. One of the brightest brothers in the world that's dropping the knowledge for the community. Definitely tap in with him and get you some new learning in your brain. All right, next is from Walter Bloomberg. Morgan Stanley says U.S. stocks set for bullish in 2026. Morgan Stanley official Michael Wilson says U.S. stocks are positioned for a bullish 2026 as market leadership broadens, earnings improve, and the labor market softens only mildly. He expects consumer discretionary and small caps, both recently upgraded to overweight, to keep outperforming, helped by stabilizing prices, stronger goods demand, better earnings revisions, and lower rates. Wilson says the Fed remains a key driver, but notes the NASDAQ 100 earnings trends have strengthened since late October, with the labor market weakening gradually rather than sharply. He sees a supportive backdrop for equities. I like the sound of that because I'm heavily invested in equities and I love to see the market run up. Okay, this next piece of news is from the Master Investor. He put this out at InvestFest. This is one of the slides. It says, don't let correlated trades blow you up. If you're long tech, long semiconductors, and long software, you're not in 3 trades. You're in one giant trade, correlated position. A single macro event can crush all of them. If you trade ES, MES, and NASDAQ, you're trading the same asset class Add UBZB crude oil gold futures to the mix to give you some variation. Once you get to a profit factor of 7 on average for the month or higher, then you can focus on one asset class. So that's for the traders out there. Another piece of news from Walter Bloomberg. Apple target raised as Evercore sees AI catalyst. Evercore ISI raised Apple's price target to $325 from $300, saying the company's upcoming AI strategy centered on a major Siri 2.0 relaunch in early 2026 could be a significant catalyst for growth. Analyst Amit Dariani says investor focus is on what can sustain Apple's momentum after a strong 3-month rally. Evercore expects Apple to introduce Siri 2.0 at a standalone March 2026 event powered by Google's Gemini, enabling multimodal interaction, stronger on-device AI, and Apple's privacy-focused architecture. Apple will also give users the option to access larger AI models like ChatGPT or Gemini, which Evercore sees as a long-term monetization opportunity. The firm highlights potential revenue from AI as a service, faster device upgrades, and expanding LLM partnerships. MicroStrategy buys 10,624 more Bitcoin. Strategy announced this on December 8th, that it purchased all those Bitcoins for damn near $1 trillion for $962 million between December 1st and December 7th at an average price of $90,615. Yeah, you definitely had to average down because you was buying that thing at all-time highs. You wasn't tripping. So, yeah, man, he definitely had to. And it's good because, I know he was definitely down because he was buying so much at the all-time high. I know he was definitely down in his position. Okay, the purchases were funded through the company's at-the-market share sales. During the same period, Strategy sold 442,536 standard shares, generating $34 million in net proceeds, and sold 5.1 million MSTR shares for $928 million in net proceeds. As of December 7th, the company holds 660,000 Bitcoin, acquired for a total of 49.39 billion, with the average price of 74,696, including fees. Oh, so they good. Yeah. Because if their average price is 74,000 and the current price is over 90,000, then they sitting good right now. Shout out to what's bro name? I forgot bro name. Shoot. I forgot. Anyway, CEO of MicroStrategy. It'll come to me. Let me see. Is it Michael Burry? No, it's not Michael Burry. That's the dude that be short. That dude from The Big Short. Damn, why I can't think of his name. Michael Saylor. There we go. Michael Saylor. Yeah. I couldn't think of that for nothing. Alright. Another piece of news here. No, actually, let's check on the charts again. So we got NVDA 184, Apple 277, Google 317, Microsoft 489, Amazon 229, Tesla 445, Meta 666, VIX 1646, SPY 685, QQQ 626, AVGO 400, TSM 299, and Berkshire 498. Netflix, $96, down 3.3%. God damn. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to take a loss on Netflix, man. This is ridiculous. AMD, 221. Bitcoin, 91,400. iBit, $51. Ethereum, 3,166. BMNR. It's up 4% today. 4.6% at $35. Palantir, 182. Hood is up 1% at 133. And Grab is at 521. Check out the sectors. XLK is up almost 1% at 147. XLY is down on the day at 118.97. XLC down a little bit at 116.85. XLF down a little bit at 53.61. XLV is down on the day at 152.20. XLP is down on the day at 77.93. XLE is down a little bit at 45.83. XLU is down almost 0.5% at 43.10. XLI is up a little bit at 154.92. And XLRE is down over 0.5% at $40.74. Let's see. I think that's it, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Oh yeah, we did have this piece of news from Trump. So Trump made an announcement. He says there will only be one rule book if we're going to continue to lead in AI. We're beating all countries at this point in the race. But that won't last long if we're going to have 50 states, many of them bad actors, involved in rules and approval and the approval process. There can be no doubt about this. AI will be destroyed in its infancy. I will be doing a one rule executive order this week. You can't expect a company to get 50 approvals every time they want to do something. That will never work. Okay, so Trump is tired of all these states slowing down the progress in AI. I agree with that because I'm definitely an AI bull. I'm a big tech bull. And let's get on the same page so we can continue to be the leader in AI, so we can continue to be the leader in the world as the number one superpower. Let's get this money. All right, so I'm going to end it on that. Thank y'all for tuning in. Hope I gave you some game, gave you some breaking news, let you know what's going on with your favorite stocks, your favorite ETFs, with all the sectors in the market. We checked out the heat map. All right. Till tomorrow's show, peace, blessings, financial freedom. God bless y'all.